What if you could predict their next move before they even think about it? What if you could steer conversations, influence decisions, and guide their actions without them ever realizing? These 12 psychological tricks will turn you into a master manipulator in any situation. Every single one has a purpose. The deeper we go, the more control you gain. But the final tricks, they'll feel like mind control, and it all starts with something as simple as dropping a pen, the pen drop trick, exposing nervousness instantly. Ever walked into a room and wondered, who's the most nervous person here? Well, there's a ridiculously easy way to find out. Without asking a single question, just drop a pen. That's it. Let it casually slip from your fingers and hit the floor. Now pay attention. Who reacts first? Who flinches? Who rushes to pick it up? That's your nervous target. Why does this work? Because people who are on edge, whether from anxiety, guilt, or just plain nervousness, are hyper-aware of their surroundings. They overreact to small disruptions, even something as trivial as a pen hitting the ground. And now, you've found your weak link. But this is just the beginning. Keep watching, because the next trick, it gives you even more power over any situation. And before we go further, if you're enjoying these mind hacks, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Like hyperactive radars, nervous people are constantly scanning for threats, always on edge, always ready to react, even to something as small as a pen hitting the floor. Meanwhile, the truly confident ones, they won't even blink. To them, that pen might as well not exist. This trick works anywhere. Meetings, group hangouts, parties. It's quick, subtle, and makes you look like a mind reader. Just don't drop the pen too many times. Otherwise, people might start thinking you're either incredibly clumsy or plotting something sinister. But that's just one trick. Let's step it up. The micro-nod hack. How to get anyone to agree with you. Want to get someone to agree with you without even trying, without arguing, convincing, or saying a single extra word? Let me introduce you to the micro-nod hack. Here's how it works. While making your point, subtly nod your head. Not a big, exaggerated nod, like your head banging at a concert. Just a small, natural nod, like you're silently agreeing with yourself. What happens next? Their brain follows suit. People are wired to mirror what they see, especially during a conversation. Your micronod sends a subconscious message. This makes sense. You agree with me? It's just common sense, right? And before they even realize it, they nod back. They agree. Sneaky? Absolutely. Effective? Without a doubt. But we're just getting started. Stick around. Because the next trick, it's even more powerful. And, hey, if you're finding these hacks useful, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You're about to unlock a whole new level of influence. Even realizing it? Exactly. Pro tip, use this trick sparingly and at the right moment. When you're asking for a favor, making a suggestion, or closing a deal. If you overdo it, people might start feeling like they've just been Jedi mind-tricked into agreeing with you. But when used correctly, it's a silent superpower. Now, let's take things up a notch. The leg cross trick. Decode what someone really feels about you. Want to know what someone actually thinks about you without even asking. Forget words. Check their legs. Sounds ridiculous. Stay with me. If someone crosses their legs toward you, that's a sign of comfort and interest. They're engaged, open, and actually enjoying your company. But if their legs are pointed away from you, that's a subtle nope. They might feel distant, uncomfortable, or just not that into the conversation. Why does this happen? Because body language doesn't lie. When we like someone, our body naturally leans in. When we feel awkward, uninterested, or defensive, we create distance, even with our legs. Pro tip: don't just stop at the legs. Look for other cues: posture, eye contact, facial expressions. It all adds up to one big unspoken message. Next time you're talking to someone, glance down. Their words might be saying one thing, but their body, that's where the truth is. And speaking of uncovering the truth, the double blink signal. Is someone hiding something? Ever had that gut feeling someone wasn't telling you the whole story? There's a simple way to catch them. Watch their blink rate. If someone suddenly blinks twice in quick succession, or does an unusually long blink right after you ask them something, that's a sign of mental processing overload. In other words, they're scrambling for a response. Coincidence? Maybe. But paired with other cues, like avoiding eye contact or fidgeting, it could mean they're holding something back. Now, imagine how powerful this is when combined with the other tricks. You're not just reading people. You're seeing straight through them. Want more psychological hacks like these? Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. The next trick is so powerful, it might just change the way you see people forever. Be amazed at how much people reveal without saying a single word. But if you really want to test someone's interest in you, let's turn up the heat a little. The lean-in test. Measure interest instantly. Ever been mid-conversation and wondered, are they actually interested or just being polite? Well, there's a simple way to find out. The lean-in test. Here's how it works. While talking, lean slightly toward the person. Just a little. Not like you're about to whisper a government secret. Now watch their reaction. If they lean in too, congratulations. You've got their attention. They're engaged, interested, and maybe even drawn to the conversation. But if they pull back, oof, that's a sign they're either losing interest, feeling uncomfortable, or just not as invested as you hoped. Why does this work? Because body language never lies. Just like people naturally mirror nods, they also subconsciously mirror engagement. If they lean in, they want more. If they lean away, well, let's just say it might be time to change the topic or the company. Want to test this in real life? Try it in your next conversation, and you might see people's true feelings clearer than ever before. And if you're loving these psychology tricks, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Because the next trick, it's a game changer. Watch how people's gestures reveal their true feelings without saying a word. And if you really want to know who actually enjoys talking to you and who's just being polite, pay close attention to the coffee cup trick. Spot genuine interest instantly. Ever been mid-conversation and thought, are they actually into this or just waiting for an excuse to escape? Here's a sneaky way to find out. The coffee cup trick. Next time someone's holding a cup, whether it's coffee, tea, or just water, watch how they position it. If they hold it close to their chest, like a tiny caffeine-fueled shield, chances are they're not fully open to engaging. It's a subconscious barrier, like saying, I'm here, but I'm keeping my guard up. But if they set the cup down or hold it loosely, that's a green light. They feel relaxed, comfortable, and genuinely open to the conversation. Why does this work? Because people use objects as protective barriers when they're feeling uncertain, or detached. Letting go of that object, that's their way of subconsciously signaling connection. And here's a pro tip. This isn't just about coffee. Phones, bags, even folded arms can serve the same purpose. Watch what they do with their hands, and you'll see past their words. Now, let's take it a step further. What if you could tell, within seconds, if someone actually wants to be in the conversation, or if they're mentally halfway out the door? Stick around, because this next trick, it's pure magic. And hey, if you love unraveling these hidden social cues, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on more mind-reading secrets. Perfect moment to read between the lines and see what someone isn't saying out loud. But before we dive into that, let's address something you've probably wondered before. How do you tell if someone actually wants to be in a conversation, or if they're plotting their escape? The chair angle trick, the silent exit strategy. Ever been in a conversation and felt like someone was mentally halfway out the door? Here's a quick way to check. Look at their chair. If their chair is angled directly toward you, congratulations, they're engaged, comfortable, and actually enjoying the conversation. But if their chair is tilted away, even slightly, or subtly positioned toward the nearest exit, that's a sign they're ready to bounce at the first polite opportunity. Why does this happen? Because the body doesn't lie. When we're interested, we naturally align with the person we're speaking to. When we're disengaging, our body starts subtly shifting away, even if we're still nodding along and pretending to listen. Pro tip: stack this with other clues. Are their arms crossed? Feet pointed toward the door? Are they constantly glancing away? Congratulations, you've just spotted someone's polite attempt at an Irish goodbye while still being physically present. But let's take it even deeper. What if you could catch a moment of hesitation that reveals exactly what's going on inside someone's mind? Because there's one tiny pause most people don't notice. But once you do, you'll never miss it again. The doorway pause, a glimpse into the mind. Ever seen someone pause at a doorway for just a second before stepping in or out? That tiny hesitation, it's gold. This little move is called the doorway pause, and it's a subconscious window into uncertainty. If someone hesitates before walking through a door, it usually means they're second-guessing a decision. Something feels unfinished. They're unsure about their next move. They're uncomfortable, but don't know why. Why does this matter? Because doorways are more than just physical exits. They're mental ones too. That brief pause is often a moment of inner conflict, where their subconscious is debating whether to move forward or hold back. Pay attention next time. Watch for that hesitation. You might just catch someone's unspoken thoughts in real time. And if you want more psychological hacks that decode people's true intentions, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because the next time you're in a room, you won't just see people, you'll read them, feeling a little protective over their belongings or their boundaries. But before we get into that, let's talk about something you've definitely seen before, but maybe never really decoded. The hand-on-chin signal, thinking, judging, or just zoned out. Ever noticed someone resting their chin on their hand while you're talking and wondered, are they intrigued or secretly tearing me apart in their mind? Turns out, this tiny gesture is a direct window into their thoughts. If their face looks relaxed or neutral, congratulations. They're just deep in thought, genuinely considering what you're saying. But if their brows are furrowed, they have a slight frown, or they're giving off serious, I don't know about this energy. Yeah, they might be judging you or doubting what you're saying. Why does this happen? Because the hand-on-chin gesture is a classic thinking pose. It's the brain going, wait a minute. Let me process this. And when you combine it with facial expressions, boom, you've got an emotional read. Pro tip. If you sense judgment creeping in, don't ignore it. Try clarifying your point. Or, better yet, ask them what they think. Sometimes calling it out directly turns skepticism into engagement. But let's take things one step further. What if I told you there's a super simple trick that instantly tests someone's level of trust in you? The pen borrowing trick, a trust detector in disguise. Want to know if someone really trusts you without asking awkward questions? Try this. Next time you're with someone, casually ask, "Hey, can I borrow your pen?" Then, watch what happens. If they hand it over without a second thought, they're comfortable with you, no hesitation. They trust you. But if they hesitate, glance at the pen, or make an excuse, ding, 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 that's a sign they're not fully open with you just yet. Why does this work? Because trust isn't just about words. It's about actions, instincts, and even the tiniest moments of hesitation. So next time you need a quick read on someone's comfort level, try the pen test. You might be surprised who trusts you and who's still holding back. And if you found this interesting, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon. Because reading people isn't just a skill, it's a superpower, a subtle sign of hidden stress, and most people have no idea they're doing it. But before we get into that, let's talk about something even sneakier. The fake smile test. Can you spot a liar? Ever looked at someone grinning at you and thought, is that real or just for show? Well, here's a trick that exposes fake smiles in seconds. Forget the mouth. Watch their eyes. A real smile lights up the whole face. The corners of their eyes crinkle, creating tiny crow's feet, and there's a warm, almost genuine spark. But a fake smile? It's all mouth, no soul. Their lips might be doing the work, but their eyes stay blank. Why does this happen? Because genuine smiles come from deep emotions, triggering muscles around the eyes as well as the mouth. Forced smiles, they only use mouth muscles because, well, they're forced. Pro tip. Try this in meetings, social settings, or whenever someone compliments you. You'll never be fooled by a fake grin again. But let's go one step deeper. What if I told you there's a way to decode hidden anxiety, even when someone thinks they're holding it together? The silent foot tap. A nervous mind speaks through the feet. Ever sat across from someone and noticed their foot tapping under the table? That tiny rhythmic movement? It's not just random fidgeting. It's a silent alarm that something's making them uneasy. And the best part? Most people don't even realize they're doing it. Stay tuned, because once you start noticing these micro movements, you'll never look at people the same way again. And, hey, if you love learning these psych tricks, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon. Because understanding people, that's a skill worth mastering. Tension, without even realizing it. The silent foot tap. A clue, hidden in plain sight. Ever noticed someone's foot tapping like a ticking time bomb under the table? That rhythmic movement. It's not random. It's the body's way of leaking nervous energy. The faster the tapping, the more intense the emotion. Could be anxiety, excitement, or straight-up frustration. Why does this happen? Because when we're on edge, our body searches for an escape, even in small, subconscious ways. The foot tap is one of those escape hatches. Pro tip: next time you spot it, don't ignore it. Instead, try lowering the intensity of the conversation or subtly checking in. Everything good? You'd be surprised how much relief a simple shift in tone can bring. But here's the thing, you've made it this far. That means you're not just casually watching, you're one of my inner circle, the few who truly get it. And because you're still here, I'm about to reward you with 3 bonus tricks. These aren't for everyone. They're for those ready to wield real power. Let's begin. Bonus trick number 1. The power of silence. Want to make someone spill more than they intended? Use this one psychological trick and watch what happens next. Crumble under pressure. Bonus trick number 1. The power of silence. Want someone to spill more than they intended? Here's how to do it without saying a word. Step 1. Ask a direct question. Then, say nothing. Let the silence stretch. Hold eye contact. Watch them squirm. Most people hate awkward pauses. The tension makes them panic. Fill the silence, rambling, over-explaining, sometimes revealing things they never meant to. Why does this work? Because silence is psychological pressure, and humans, we crack under pressure. Dark tip: want to turn up the heat? Lean in slightly, maybe raise an eyebrow. It magnifies the discomfort, making them spill even faster. But use this wisely. Too much silence? You might come off as a villain interrogating a hostage. It works best in high-stakes situations where emotions are already running high. Now, let's move to the next mind game. Bonus trick number 2. Catching a liar in real time. Ever suspected someone was feeding you a load of nonsense? There's a way to find out, and it's ridiculously simple. Probably caught them in a lie. Bonus trick number 2. How to expose a liar without them. Even realizing ever felt like someone's excuse was a little too perfect? Here's a sneaky way to test it. Just ask a simple follow-up question, casually, like you're just making conversation. Something like, "Oh yeah? What time was that? That's interesting. What did you do after?" Watch closely. Liars struggle with details. Their story was crafted, but they didn't rehearse the follow-ups. If they hesitate, get weirdly defensive, or start over-explaining with way too many details. Bingo. You just hit a nerve. Why does this work? Because a liar's brain is too busy keeping the main lie intact. When you hit them with an unexpected detail, they have to improvise on the spot, and that's when the cracks start to show. Dark tip: stay casual. Act genuinely curious. If they feel like they're being interrogated, they'll shut down. But if they fumble, change their story, or suddenly get too elaborate, well, you've got your answer. Use this next time someone's excuse seems a little too convenient. You'll be surprised how often it works. And that's a wrap for today's video. Oh, and by the way, have you seen my breakdown on cold reading? It's, let's just say, not for the faint of heart. Honestly, most people shouldn't even mess with it. But if you're curious, you know where to find it. Just don't say I didn't warn you. Hit subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss what's coming next. Trust me, you won't want to.